Welcome, Patrick.
Thank you so much, Catherine. I get a little space here. You know, I often say when you're going to speak at one of these things, try to speak earlier so you don't have to follow such fantastic people. How about a round of applause for our speakers and performers today? For Tri-County Transition. And for yourselves, for being here today, sending a message that we're not going anywhere and you will not harm our planet.
Good job.
I want you to think back for me to your school days. For some of you, it was very short ago. Some of you might still be in school. Some of you might have to do a little bit of work. But come back to the beginning of the semester. And we remember when we have that semester-long project, right? The idea was that you would do a little bit of work every day, every week, and you would slowly get the project done by the end of the semester. Raise your hand if you were in the group of people that actually did that. Got it done a little bit at a time. Okay, I wasn't. I was in that other group that heard the words, "You can't put this off to the last minute," and said, "Challenge accepted."
There's some PIs going.
But that's where we are. We do not have the time in terms of climate change to wait and make steady progress. We've already risen the temperature on this planet by 1 degree centigrade. We're very likely going to hit 1.5 no matter what we do. But the ice caps are melting as we speak right now. The sea levels are rising. The planet is warming. We must make bold, decisive action to transform our energy systems from fossil fuel to renewable energy as quickly as humanly possible. We have to get it done, folks. So I'm up here to talk about this concept. It's called climate mobilization. And to put that into context, we are often told by our leaders in Washington and by the pundits on TV that we have a choice. We can grow the economy or we can save the planet. Economic growth or environmental protection. It's a false choice, folks. The best thing we can do to grow our economy is invest in climate mobilization. The greatest period of economic growth in the last century was the New Deal into the Second World War. We can get our economy going to that level again in fighting climate change. We can grow full employment, not just jobs. There's a lot of work to do, that means jobs, but careers. Careers in transforming our energy system and our infrastructure. The New York's 21st Congressional District is one of the most special places on the face of the earth in regards to climate change. Because we're going to get a longer growing season for our farmers here. A lot of the surrounding areas are not. We're going to lose farmable land in this country, which means more of this country is going to depend upon the food and the agricultural products that we produce here in the North Country. So the United States needs to know that you have to invest here because we are the strategic climate reserve of the Northeast. So this is why I'm running for Congress, to try and get this done, to create jobs, preserving our environment, to deal with this existential crisis of climate change because time is running out. But take hope, because we are here today. Take hope. We have thousands of years of evolution working against us, saying, should only appreciate the threat that's right in front of their face. Evolution taught us to fear the bear that we could see, but not necessarily an existential threat that takes years and tens and decades and thousands of years to happen. But despite that, we're here willing to do something about it. So celebrate yourselves. Celebrate the fact that the nations of the world came together and got the Paris Accords. We need to fight to protect those. It's an aspirational document. It's not everything we need. It doesn't have the kind of teeth we need. It doesn't say how we're going to do it. It doesn't mandate the kind of investment that we're going to need. But we're going to move forward because of what's happening here. Now, I went to summer camp, not too far from here, over in Hebron, in Washington County. And my Washington County friends still here? And one of the books that we would read every summer, without question, was Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. And I had the honor to participate in the Science March down in Albany last weekend. And one of my favorite Science March t-shirts was the one that had the truffula trees and just said, "Unless." And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing's going to get better. It's not. So we care. But it's not just about marching, it's just not about coming out and celebrating today. Today we do for ourselves. Today we do this to find the energy, to find the strength, to continue doing the work that needs to be done. But this march must convert to action. You have to make involvement in civic life a part of your weekly or monthly routine for the rest of your lives. It's part of being a citizen. And I'm not going to tell you how to do it. If it's a grassroots group, if it's indivisible, if that's what works for you, do that. If it's a Democratic committee, do that. If it's a Green Party, do that. But be engaged, be involved in the process, and make sure your voice is heard. If it's the Republican Party even, get involved. If there's any folks here that are part of that party, please get involved. Because we need to make conservation conservative again. So that's my challenge to you. Come out, march, demonstrate. You know, there's a lot of talk about the midterms, and I'm running in the midterms. But we have elections this year, in 2017. You're going to have candidates on the ballot this November. And a lot of climate change involves local action. We can create local solar arrays, local wind, local anaerobic digesters and biomass to have municipal power on the local level. This is something that can be done. So support candidates throughout these counties. And if you don't see a candidate that you like, it might be looking at you in the mirror. So be prepared to step forward. Now is the time. The legacy of the human species, will be determined by the actions of those of us that are alive on the planet today. We have that responsibility. We didn't ask for it, but it's here. So just like I said to my teacher, when she said, "You can't put this off to the last minute and succeed," I ask you to say it with me. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Thank you so much. We're at nelsonfornewyork.com. Please check us out. You know, we are running this in a grassroots way. We're not raising big money. We're not taking corporate money from the fossil fuels or the big pharma companies or from Wall Street. We want to raise money from working people and small dollar donations so that I don't owe anybody any favors except the people that I will represent in the 116th Congress. So please check us out, nelsonfornewyork.com, 21 for 21. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. All right. So next up, Bernice Menace is going